SpaceX is counting down the days again. Starship needs to prove it's worth the wait. 3 test flights fell short of the dream. Time to show this rocket's got what it takes. Meanwhile, Nvidia's earnings shake the street. AI bubble fears are growing strong. Stock market holds its breath to see if the chip giant can prove them wrong. Innovation never sleeps. The world keeps spinning fast. From rockets reaching for the stars to AI questions that we ask. Technology and dreams collide in this digital dance. The future's calling out to us. Are we ready for the chance? Apple's planning something big, 3 years in the making. iPhone 17's on the way, foundation they're laying. Credits flowing into AI like a rushing stream. Billions chase the future while some fear it's just a dream. Philippines breaks barriers down. Internet for all. Competition laws take effect despite the corporate call. Innovation never sleeps. The world keeps spinning fast. From rockets reaching for the stars to AI questions that we ask. Technology and dreams collide in this digital dance. The future's calling out to us. Are we ready for the UK's trying to police the wild web frontier. 4chan faces fines while Trump might interfere. AI creativity sparks from hidden neural fire, mimicking training data, but reaching something higher. DRM debates rage on about what we truly own. Digital rights in question in this connected zone. From space to screens, from code to dreams, nothing's quite the way it seems. Progress marches on today. Will we lead or lose our way? The future's calling out to us. Are we ready for the chance? Are we ready for the chance?
Good morning and welcome back to your daily tech briefing. I'm here with the stories that are shaping our digital world today, and let me tell you, it's been quite a week for innovation and controversy. Let's start with what might be the biggest story in tech right now. SpaceX is really feeling the pressure. After 3 consecutive disappointing test flights, Elon Musk's space company is gearing up for another Starship launch, and honestly, they need this one to work. The clock is ticking on their ambitious plans, and investors are starting to ask some tough questions about whether this rocket can actually deliver on its promises. Speaking of investor pressure, all eyes are turning to Nvidia this week. Their earnings report is being called the stock market's next major risk event, especially after Jerome Powell's recent comments about interest rate cuts gave markets a bit of breathing room. But here's the thing, Nvidia has been the poster child for the AI boom, and there are growing whispers about whether we're looking at another tech bubble. Credit investors have been pouring billions into artificial intelligence ventures, but industry executives are starting to raise some serious questions about sustainability. It's that classic Silicon Valley story: massive investment, massive expectations, and the eternal question of whether the technology can actually live up to the hype. Now, Apple isn't sitting still either. They're apparently weeks away from their big product launch event, where they'll be laying the groundwork for what they're calling a once-in-a-generation iPhone overhaul. We're talking about a 3-year plan that could completely reinvent their iconic smartphone. The iPhone 17 is already in development, and there are rumors about everything from AI integration to completely new form factors. Meanwhile, there's some interesting international news that's flying under the radar. The Philippines just passed an internet connectivity bill that's become law despite fierce opposition from the country's largest phone companies. It's all about promoting competition and getting better internet access to more people, which sounds great in theory, but the telecom giants are not happy about it. On the regulatory front, things are getting spicy between the UK and some of the internet's more notorious corners. The British government has been enforcing its Online Safety Act, serving violation notices to sites like 4chan, Gab, and Kiwi Farms. These platforms are facing potentially massive fines, but here's where it gets interesting. There's a First Amendment lawyer who's planning to sue the UK regulator in US courts. And with Trump potentially back in the picture, the whole situation could get even more complicated. But let's talk about something that's been fascinating researchers lately: AI creativity. You know how image generators can create things that seem genuinely creative and original? Well, a recent study suggests that this apparent creativity isn't some mysterious emergent property, but rather an inevitable byproduct of how these systems are built. They're designed to mimic their training data, but the way they process and combine that information naturally leads to what we perceive as creative output. It's like watching a very sophisticated remix artist at work. And speaking of digital ownership, there's an ongoing debate about digital rights management that's worth paying attention to. DRM software makes it really difficult to copy movies, music, ebooks, and games that you technically already own. There are ways around it, sure, but breaking DRM opens up a whole can of legal and ethical worms that most people don't even think about. It's one of those issues that really gets to the heart of what ownership means in the digital age. All of these stories are really part of a bigger picture about how rapidly our world is changing. We've got rockets that might revolutionize space travel, AI that's reshaping entire industries, smartphones that are about to get a major makeover, and governments trying to figure out how to regulate the wild west of the internet. It's exciting and terrifying at the same time, and honestly, that's probably exactly how it should feel when you're living through a technological revolution. That's your tech briefing for today. Keep your eyes on those Nvidia earnings this week. They might tell us a lot about where this whole AI boom is really headed.